I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll do a roll call. Yeah, roll call. Floyd.
I'm here.
Brenda. Here. Jimmy.
Here.
And Gavin.
Present.
We're here. David's not here.
We need
Where's
to,
our attorney at?
I don't know, you emailed him, right? Our
Yeah, I
attorney
sent him
emailed.
all of our list.
Did he email you back? All right, well, we need to check into that. If you'll call tomorrow to see why he didn't show up, I appreciate it, okay?
No problem.
And then
We need to approve our minutes from last week, or last month.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I second.
Gavin made the motion to approve and Jimmy second.
Everyone say, let's do roll call. Floyd? And Gavin said yes, and Jimmy said yes, and I
Yes.
said yes, so. So the minutes are approved. We have no visitors today for this meeting. We do have a visitor after this meeting that starts at 6 o'clock from Ames. And what Ames is the municipalities that print these books off to tell you how you're supposed to run meetings and all of the legalities that go along with that. He'll do a PowerPoint from 6 to 7:30. Old business, zoning, we're still working on trying to connect with Dunkirk to see what, I'm working with the mayor, and I can't think of the lady's name right off the top of my head. I'm having a brain fart. But, so we're still working on that, so we'll keep that on unfinished business. Everybody's being recorded right now. It's a trial. They've got a camera set up so everybody can be seen and heard. And we have to go live with our meetings as of, I think it's April of next year. So we're just practicing right now to see how that goes. The flagpole at the fire station will be up before the 4th of July. I just want you to know that. Norfolk Southern, we don't have our grant guy here right now, so we'll just keep that on hold, unfinished business also.
How long do people have to fill out that paperwork? When's the deadline for those grants?
The 25th, 28th,
This month?
is it the 28th? Yeah, the 20th of this month, of June, will be
Yeah.
the deadline. And those are on a first come, first served basis, remember that. So if you know anybody that needs that, you need to be
The
like,
applications are at the town hall.
they're at the city building, yeah. We need to be doing it sooner rather than later, because once the money's gone, it's gone. Due by the 28th, okay. New business. Randy took a vacation, said that his blood pressure was too much and his doctor wanted him off work for about 8 weeks. So he took all of his vacation time, and we have contracted, well, we had already been contracting with Matt Corwin through Stouter to do our water testing. And so Stouter has now been contracted to cover Randy's position while he's on vacation. And everybody has a contract from Stouter. You need to look over this, and we're gonna have to talk about it. This is all the stuff that they're offering in conjunction. Right now, they're just doing the bare minimum to keep us in compliance with IDOM. So I just need the council members to look over this contract so that we can discuss it at a later date. Because it's long and we don't have time to go through it right now. But right now, they're just coming 4 to 5 hours a day. They're doing all the paperwork, all the compliance, to all the water testing at both plants, and Ted, who is our applicant for the utility worker, which you all have seen his application, and we've all went over it. He's actually been volunteering his time, and Matt has actually been training him on what to do as a volunteer. And he has agreed that this is what he wants, so I think that we should,
I would like to make a motion to make Randy the part-time person and hire Ted as the full-time person.
I think that we need to speak to a lawyer in regards to that legalities, because Randy's on vacation, and I think that we're gonna have to give him back his full-time position.
Since Indiana's an at-will employment state, does that like fall under like government contracts as well? Like,
See, I'm not comfortable with doing that. I think, that's why our attorney should have been here. I really think that we would have to have an attorney's input on that. Randy doesn't have any write-ups as of yet.
was he ever certified within the time frame that his contract says?
He's certified for the sewer, he's not certified for the water. And I do know that it said that he had 3 years, but I think a couple meetings ago, we asked him if he was going to get his license, and he did say he was. So I still think that we need to talk to Randy in regards to that, and the attorney in regards to that, before we go making that decision. But I do think that Ted is a great candidate for our utility worker. So how do you all feel about that? Does anybody out here have any input on, we put an application in for a utility worker? Anybody know anybody that's going to put in an application besides Ted? No? Okay, so,
We'll make a motion, we hire Ted full-time.
all right, Jimmy has made a motion to hire Ted full-time as a utility worker, and Gavin has seconded that motion.
Brenda, did you guys advertise for that?
We did,
Okay.
yes, yeah, it's in the newspaper. And then, let's do roll call vote. Floyd says yes, Gavin, Jenny, and myself say yes. So welcome aboard. Is there anything that you'd like to say, Chad?
All right. I'll just take a brief minute to introduce myself. So I've got background in chemistry and biology, and I know how to work with the FDA, regulatory affairs and stuff from being in the pharmaceutical industry. So I've been shadowing Matt Cowan from Stouder and stuff, and like I said, after 32 weeks of volunteering, he's actually comfortable enough for me to take over all of the testing at the water plant and the sewer plant. So what that's going to do is, as Brenda said, right now Stouder is working approximately 5 hours a day at the plants, at the 2 plants, 5 days a week and stuff. So what will happen is I can do all the testing, and then instead of Stouder coming in for 25 hours a week, they can come in for like 2-3 hours a week and just go over the results that I have, and they'll still be around for like in case anything really bad happens. And also I've already, Brenda and I have already volunteered, worked the weekends and stuff, which both Saturday and Sunday. So we've already saved the town like 6 hours time that Stouder would have charged us for. So like I said, I've been living in Redkey for 9 years. I take a lot of, I'm really concerned about the water quality because I drink the water, and I want to have my sewer working and everything else and stuff. So I'm happy to be on board and stuff, and like I said, I'm more than happy to help out any way I can, including reading meters, which is one thing I did for 7 hours today. In the
Me too. 7 hours in the hot summer. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we just both came down with heat stroke too.
Well, that's not good.
Did you say you volunteered for 32 weeks? You haven't?
32 hours in the last 10 days.
All volunteer time, no pay. So just learning, just willing to learn.
That's great.
So
That's great.
Thank you.
I want to thank you, Ted.
Ted, you can't die for 50 years, man.
So,
All right.
let's see what else is next here. So the Stouder contract, we're still going to look over, and Ted, welcome aboard. We have spent a lot of time on the personal we amended the ordinance for the personnel policies and procedures for employees of the town. We've spent a lot of time doing that, so that it also includes utility workers. So I have to go over this really quick, and then you have a copy, everybody has a copy, Gloria has a copy. Okay, so if you go to under general policies, under D, it says each employee this was the original part. Each employee is expected to abide by the rules and policies set forth by the town of Redkey and his or her department. And all we did was added, in the event of a conflict between the policy and the department's rules or policies or the SOPs, the policy, the council members have total control. Because we voted that our police officer was not allowed to drive the car out of town, and because the SOP read something different, Zach went over the council members' heads and continued to allow Mr. Boggs to drive the company car. So there was conflict. So it's just going to say that, you know, that the council members, whatever they vote, it needs to stand. And then under E, which was already there, it already stated each employee must check in with the clerk's office each morning by 9 a.m. to pick up the work orders and locate requests and other information. We just added, additionally, the town police shall report to the department head over the police, which is Floyd, at the beginning of the shift for any additional instructions. Maybe we had somebody that we need them to go down and write a ticket for I don't know, you know, a car being in the middle of the road or some kind of a trash ordinance or whatever. So that way Floyd can give them instructions. Then we added F, which is the town council oversees the town employees, including the town marshal. The town marshal shall comply with the directives given or the directives voted into effect by the council members and may not amend such directives without the council approval. That's just so that we don't have the conflict that we had before. So we just added that to F. And if you turn the page then, on page 2 at the bottom, the hours of operation, first shift is 7 to 3, second shift is 3 to 11, and third shift is 11 to 7. That was added. And then on call under F, all we did was said that now that you have a utility worker, there'll be a rotation in who's on call on the weekends so that people are not always on call. I'm on page 3F. And then 3H, overtime, all we added was non-police employees because they didn't have any in there, so we added them so that they are also on the overtime, a rule that applies in this. And then we added all town employees will receive a copy of the personnel policies and procedures and any revisions thereto, along with a signature page to say that they've been given, which is the very last page on here, employee acknowledgement form, that they have been giving a copy of the policies and procedures, because everybody that is employed for Redkey right now says that they've never been given a policies and procedures. So we just added that. And then we didn't change anything on 4. And on 5 and 6, it was just clarified that the 1 year of service is the 5 days, because it didn't say that, and 2 years through 9 years is 2 weeks, and then the 10 years and more is, it's 4 weeks. I don't know, if you look down here, it says 1 week or 1 year of service is 2 weeks, 2 years of service through 9 is 3 weeks, and 10 years is 4 weeks. That's what that says there. And then, because there was a conflict of the $185.33 supplemental pay, if you're on vacation and you're not doing the water testing, then you don't get that money. If you're on vacation and you're not doing the water testing or the on-call, then you don't get that additional pay. And then under vacation leave, anybody that's going to take a vacation has to give at least a 2 weeks notice to be able to take their vacation, so that we're not stuck in a situation where we don't have anybody to cover, and then they should leave a plan for the next person coming on as to how to, take care of the streets or the water or the sewer or, say the firehouse or whatever. If there's nobody to cover, that people need to know what they're supposed to do, but you guys don't have that problem because you have enough people to do that. But, so, and then if you go to page 8, it just says that all employees are expected to attend the town board meetings, you know, and that you can't use comp time for the meeting, to attend the meeting. And then if you go to section C, superintendent, water, waste superintendent, and utility worker, it just says that what their clothing allowances for the year, and what we added to that was that just like the cops or anybody else that you get it in 2 installments, because there was some confusion over that, right? So 2 installments, you get half of it in April and half of it in October, and that's for the police, that's for the utility worker, that's for sewer and water waste person, anybody that gets that. And then we also added, because Chris took all his money and he did not get any itemized statements, so therefore we can't make him return any of it, even though he was let go in his, let go in the probationary period. So it just says that whatever clothing that you buy, you have to turn in an itemized statement if it's something that can be reached, especially if you're in your probationary period. Turn in an itemized statement. It goes for any time, but that way we can get back the merchandise that we purchased for the, like the clips for the guns and stuff like that. That should have been left for the next person instead of having to rebuy that stuff. So we just need a itemized statement with whatever clothing allowance you get. Again, on the minor infractions, if you go to number 1, it already said more than 3 unexcused absences per calendar year is a minor infraction, but we just added or during your probationary period. I mean, it can be considered a minor infraction also. And then if you go to page 10, at the very top, number 12, which is under also, it's the 12th one of the minor infractions. Failure to promptly notify the clerk or the department head when leaving out of town for official business or unofficial business, is a minor infraction. You have to let someone know that you're leaving. Mr. Boggs decided to, at 11 o'clock at night, take off to Iowa and left our town with no protection or no police officers, and refused to answer any of the phone calls for what he considered what did he consider that? A family emergency, right, exactly. And then under major infractions, number 1, we also just added during probationary period for, you're not allowed, it already stated, number 1 stated, more than 5 unexcused absences per calendar year is a major infraction, and 5 in a probationary period is also now a major infraction. And then if you go to page 11, number 6, any employee under suspension may not be on town property unaccompanied without a town employee, a council member, or a police officer. So that was another thing. Mr. Boggs was on suspension, and he came in, went through his office, cleared out his mailbox before Gloria ever came to work. So he did that. And then under dismissal, number 5, any terminated employee must be accompanied from town property by a police officer as a precaution. So that's clearly needed. And then if you go to page 12, we just added, there was extra pages that were attached to this, and we just added them under performance expectations for the street superintendent, the water and waste superintendent, and the utility employees. There are several on here that the employees will work under the general direction of the department head, and their routine duties and responsibilities and what we expect from them. And same way for the police department. because there was such a conflict about whether the SOPs or the personnel ordinance was the one that we would go by. So we clearly put in here that this supersedes the SOPs so that we're following one. Now, when the police are following theirs, they will work under their department under the SOPs. But when it comes to us being over them, then this will supersede when the council member votes on something, if that makes sense. And it has all of the things for the police department too: supervision and directions, and routine duties and responsibilities. And then if we adopt this policy, then we will sign that in as effective as today. And then on the very last page will be an acknowledgement page so that anybody that gets hired for our town and our previous employees will just sign an acknowledgement page saying that they are aware of the ordinance that was clearly, it was written back in 2010 and we've just amended it in 2024 with the things that I just said.
I'll make a motion to accept
The amended policy.
yeah.
Okay, so we have a,
I say,
okay, so Gavin accepted the amended policy, Jenny seconded it, and we'll take a roll call vote. Floyd?
Yes.
Gavin, Jenny,
yes.
and myself, yes. So, I made you the original copy, we'll sign it. I gave, well, I have an original one right here.
Yeah, that's the one.
That we will sign.
Because I had a question on, about the $187. Is that?
$185.
Is that for like anybody that works the weekends, like if Ted works weekends, does he get that added on, or how is that? Am I misunderstanding that?
Well, you would have to be licensed to get that, to do the water testing, so
So is,
I was,
licensed?
Randy is licensed for the sewer, and then he also does the testing at the water, and Matt signs off on it, so I would assume that is something that we need to talk about. What do you guys think about that? Any input? On page 6, under B, that last added where it says the additional $185.33 supplemental pay for the 7-day-a-week water testing and on-call will not be provided during vacation periods as no testing or on-call services is being performed. Does anybody who's on call on the weekend get that added to their pay? And because they do the water testing and they're on call. So how do you guys feel like that as a member?
I think, yeah, whoever is doing the testing on the weekend should get the extra.
How do you feel?
I don't know, I'm probably that idea.
Randy's already, I mean, it's already a motion that they voted on December the 23rd of 2023. So it's already an ordinance.
It has to be done, doesn't it, or not?
It has to be done, yes,
So
It has
yes.
to do.
No.
Whoever does
Yeah,
it.
so whoever's on call, whether it be
Whoever
Ted,
does it
because
gets paid.
Matt will sign off for Ted now, and Matt will also sign off for Randy. So it wouldn't be fair to give it to Randy if you're not gonna give it to Ted if he's on call and doing it too.
Whoever's
So-
on the call gets it.
Okay, so
You need a
Gavin
motion
made a
for that or
motion to
what?
do it, Jenny seconded it, and I'm roll calling it, so how do you feel then?
Yes.
Yes for Floyd,
Yes.
yes for Gavin, yes for Jenny, yes for myself, so anybody that's on call doing the testing should get that money then. Alright. Redkey's website, we're working on, it's called thetownofredkey.org, thetownofredkey.org, and you guys might want to jot that down for yourself because we are going to start uploading all of our ordinances. Every other town, all their ordinances are online, and we are working with Emerald Solutions out of Portland, who are in control of this site right now, but I need to get with Gloria and see, because I know it's got to be somewhere in our pay that we pay for this site. because it's something that we've had for a long, long time. There are 10 ordinances already on the site for Redkey. We just haven't used it in some time and for several years, but we're gonna start reusing that site again. I'm just waiting for him to return my email so that we can get access to get on there to upload our stuff. So our recorded video records will be uploaded to that, and then our ordinances will be uploaded to that. And I do believe we're gonna upload these to the town hall Facebook site too, Mark. Okay, so the videos will probably be uploaded to that as well.
And I'm gonna put it on water bills, but not in August, right?
Right.
Can't do it in August.
I mean, did everybody see, I mean, we already put it on the town hall, we were already posting the meetings and what's going on in the meetings, like I said that Ames is gonna be here tonight from 6 to 7:30 on the town hall website. We posted that on there so that we would get people, so we'll see who shows up. So we're working on that. And if you ever want to see all of the ordinances, then hopefully we're gonna start working on them a few at a month to update them, and they will then, once we get them updated and gone through, because some of them are very, very old. Some of those ordinances were written in like the 1990s and 80s, so we'll be doing, try to do 1 or 2 a month or so, and then we will upload them to that site for everybody to see, so everybody has access. Laptop and printer at the city building for the council to use. We're gonna talk to IT about that. We don't wanna spend any extra money that we don't have to, but we're gonna see what we can do about getting a laptop up there for council. Like I'm getting so many emails through my phone from like all of these, because Randy's on vacation, so everybody that he would normally talk to, which I'm gonna start giving to Ted, but I have all of those, and it would have just been so much easier if there was a small laptop at the city building for the council members to go in there, because I've had to print off all these quotes and stuff, and it's been kind of hard.
Don't scare him off already now.
He's already been, I mean, everything that I've done, with all these people that have came, he's pretty much volunteered his time to watch as well, so he's doing really well. The list of streets that need paved, everybody had already seen those, everybody had already approved those, and Bill came up with the top 6, and we had to have them in for next year already, and if I didn't get them in, we weren't gonna get the grant for next year for our streets. So Bill Tressler and Bruce went up and down all the roads. They came up with 6, Jimmy came up with 1. And we came up with we put the worst ones first, but we had to come up with 10, and then they will send it back with whatever streets are in our budget, because it's a 75-25. They pay 75 for the grant, we pay 25, and we have to stay within our budget. So Luke Himmelgarn will send me back an email on whichever ones he approved for our budget, and then I will let you guys know.
You'll let us know the streets then.
That, yeah, for next year. Yeah.
None this year.
Yeah, we already have like Delaware, Washington, Oak, both North and South Oak. I have a list. Yeah, I have a list.
They're just postponing it, right, because of the pipeline?
Yeah, it should have already been done, but they're gonna not do it till late August, sometime into September, because of the pipeline putting holes in all of their streets, so.
Do the street and like when it come along and here it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Mr. Fraley, who mows all of our yards, is doing a phenomenal job. He's now doing inside the water and the sewer, because for some reason there was some discrepancy about him not being allowed inside the water or the sewer plant without supervision, but Stouders has assured me that he has no key to get into the buildings, so he's okay to go in without supervision to mow those, and they look really nice now, so he's doing really good. Gloria, our city building looks terrible out front. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but she did ask him what he would charge to take out the shrubs that are no good, trim the shrubs, take out all of the thistles, trim up that weeping cherry tree, all of that stuff. And he said that he would charge $400 for doing that. So I need to know what the townspeople think, and then I need to know what the board members think. Anybody have any complaints about getting the city building looking better?
Yeah, I think it'd be a good deal.
Yeah, if you look at other cities, theirs are really nice.
Yeah.
We just don't have time to do it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion to,
I say,
Allow Fraley to
yeah,
clean up the city building? Yeah, for $400.
I say,
Who is the Fraley and is he a local guy?
He lives right outside of town. Yeah, he's local. Him and his wife both do it, so. And then Mr. Fraley, he's mowed, I bet 7 times or 8 times, and because of all the mess that went on where we had to revote because I think Kessler's quit on us in the middle. He's asking that instead of waiting monthly to get his pay for these, when he turns in for mowing, if she could cut him a check. But we have to agree as council members to do that instead of waiting till the next meeting to be able to give him any money. I mean, like right now, we owe him quite a bit of money for mowing because we haven't been able to approve his fees.
so you gotta wait till the meeting, have it down.
That's how it has been in the past.
Paying after you get done on it.
So I need a motion,
I make
please.
a motion, paying after you get done on it.
I'll second the motion.
So Jimmy made the motion to go ahead and pay him when he turns in his bill, and Gavin seconded it, and I'm gonna do a roll call vote. And
Yes.
Floyd says yes, Gavin says yes,
Yes.
Jimmy says yes, and I say
And
yes.
then I have one other question. He wanted to know about the water tower out here.
Yeah, I need to let him.
He said he didn't, it's locked. You
It
can't
is
get in.
where all the trash toters are. I'll let him in anytime he wants to mow that. I'll call him. I'll call him on
He said
that.
he didn't know if he was supposed to
He
know
can
what-
weed, he's probably gonna have to weed eat inside there. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
terrible. And just so you know, I actually got a hold of Bestway and I just helped him unload all of the toters that were out there. They were missing wheels, they didn't have any backs in them, the lids were ripped off, and I called them and they brought us all brand new toters. So anybody in the town that has a bad toter needs to let me know. They need to call up and Gloria can let me know, because they will pick your toter up on trash day and take the whole toter, and then we can deliver a new toter if your wheels are missing, if your lid's falling off, if the back's broke out of it, and any of that stuff. So we just need to let people know. And I was gonna ask you, Alicia, I see one toter at your house. Is that all you need is one, or do you need 2?
Well, right now, since we're not living there, the one is
Just one.
okay.
Okay.
It's a real old one,
Okay.
but it works.
If you
Yeah.
change your mind, you just let us know.
Okay.
All
Can I
right?
say something about rubber on the toters? It was brought up to our attention that somebody had a party out here and the trash toters were full. They couldn't put trash in them.
Jimmy's gonna be responsible every Wednesday now to come out here and take the trash toters for the cabin to the street.
So I talked to Clint today, the driver, and he said that he can't get up this, it has to be at the end of the road.
Yeah, Jimmy's gonna take
Where
them out.
they be?
Huh?
Where do they have to be?
They have to go to the end of this road because he said he can't bring the big.
End of the
Where they at
driveway.
right now, is that what you're talking about, Susan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, end of the
I didn't
driveway.
see that.
Do we need more totes out here? Do we need more totes and forward?
I don't think so. They just haven't been empty.
I don't think so, but they just weren't pulling them to the street to get them
I'll
empty.
pull them up.
So,
We need more totes.
hey,
than
Billy,
just getting them.
just like you and Gloria up at the city building, you guys have to pull the trash bins before you leave on Wednesdays. You guys have to take the trash, they're not getting emptied either, because you guys aren't putting them out where he can get to them. They can't sit at the sidewalk, they have to go out at the end of that, and so,
No, he told me, Clint told me that he backs in there and dumps it.
up on the sidewalk?
No, just.
That's what, yeah, I mean, they didn't get dumped last week
Oh, we have
because,
to do that? Zach used to do it.
well, Zach's not here, so can we
Okay.
just take turns doing it or something?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, the next is water. Sign the ordinance resolution. We voted 3 meetings ago or so
Back in February.
to be able to be able to give everybody in town one water adjustment a year. And Mr. Tressler brought it to our attention that we had not put the resolution onto an amendment. So we just need to sign that. It's already been voted on. I just want you guys to make sure that we sign this before we leave.
Good job.
So now I'm at fire, but Mark left, so I don't know what's going on with the fire because,
He had a phone call.
yeah. And then police, Floyd, we need to vote to terminate, you need to bring up a motion or however you want to do it for the termination of Mr. Bottoms then. We have to do it at a meeting, so.
I make a motion that we terminate Officer Boggs.
I'll second the motion.
He seconded.
So, Floyd made the motion and Gavin seconded it, and let's do a roll call. So Floyd, yes, Gavin, yes, Jenny, yes, and Brenda, yes. And we hated to do that, but Mr. Boggs was just doing some things that were not,
He was a hard learner.
yeah, I mean, I just can't even go into the details because it's just that ugly. So,
He didn't quit, you're terminating him.
we are terminating him, yeah.
Do we currently have a police officer?
We still have Zach
That,
Mosier. He's the deputy, or the marshal, I'm sorry, he's the marshal.
Does he come back next week?
He is done with academy like in the end of this week. So he'll be done with academy. And then parks, which would be, Gavin, do you have anything over the parks that you need to mention?
I just need to know who, is the fire department the ones that takes care of this stuff? I just need to know who's in charge of this stuff, so if they need me.
The
for
fireworks?
anything.
Yeah, you would have gotten with Randy as the chief of the fire, and then Mark is like the second, so you have to get with one of those. And just remember that our fireworks are gonna be let off on July 6th, and that we have the firecracker the 4th, 5th, and 6th for the tournaments out here. And I know that we're still in the works for doing some kind of I don't know what kind of ball we're trying to put out here. Pickleball. We're still working on pickleball. The adjustments. Okay, and then Gloria needs to go over the what?
Water leak adjustments.
Okay, water leak adjustments. Go ahead.
We have two. The first one is at 19 East High Street, and they used 18,250 gallons. The bill was $456.78. It was adjusted to 1,450 gallons, which made the bill $95.55. And then the second one was 516 North Meridian. It used 48,976 gallons, I think, North Meridian, she got that right on there. And the bill would have been $5,000, wow. It was adjusted to 1,670 gallons, and the bill was $95.55.
What happened there?
What happened to that one building that had
The 5,000 gallons?
Yeah.
No idea, but she just said nobody's even living there, they're in jail, so I don't know. They
Did
checked
Bill go
on it.
down and fix it? Was it on our side or their side?
They went down, there was no leak or anything, nothing. So I don't know if it was just red wrong, I don't know, I have no idea. I'm still new, I'm learning all that
So
stuff.
they just, is the water still on?
Yeah, but this, I guess you'll read it, this,
Why would it be on if nobody lives there? I'm just curious.
they live there, they're just in jail.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we need a motion to,
Just the one?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to adjust the
so
one.
Jenny makes a motion to adjust the waters. Okay.
Is there a
Second.
release
Floyd
date for
seconded
that
it.
person?
Huh?
Is there a release date for that person?
Somebody else owns it, right?
Yes,
It's a rental, right?
yes.
Possible to turn it off until someone lives there?
Well, I'm gonna read it if it's like that. I'm reading it tomorrow, so if it's like that, if it's up again tomorrow, Billy, so I'm gonna read that again tomorrow. If it's up again tomorrow, then we need to come up with some other solution for that, like turn it off until
Because
I
we have
can
to
get somebody to look at it.
We have to take it.
So,
And the minimum is 95.55, and they were okay paying the minimum. They didn't want to turn it off, they were okay paying the
But
minimum.
did you say it's a rental?
The guy that owns it, it's a jail, but it's rental, but it's empty, nobody lived in it.
I thought he lived in it
No.
and got put in
He
jail.
owns his own house,
Yeah.
and where the leak was is the rental behind his house, which nobody lives in the rental. And Billy did have some crazy readings that she had to call Keystone to get fixed because they just came, I mean, they came back like in the millions. It was crazy, crazy. And
With the new meters?
No. And so that could be one of the flukes too. So I'll read that again tomorrow. Right, we'll do the adjustments because Jimmy made the motion, Floyd seconded it. Gavin's okay with it, Jimmy's okay with it, Floyd's okay with it, and I'm okay with it, and we'll do the adjustment. And then if there's something
If it's
else.
super high again, though,
Yeah,
we
we'll
should
shut
turn
it off. Yeah,
until
we will shut it
it
off,
goes
yes.
better.
Okay, and then while Randy's been gone, I need to tell you that one of the actuators on the sludge remover valve went bad. They've been going bad about every 2 years, and I have the quote here. And the one to fix it is like almost $5,000, okay? And it's already been sent off, it's not even on there anymore. But I've been in meetings after meetings after meetings with Alma, who does the part, Fayco, who does other parts along with this part, and Toric, who actually put the computer system in that runs the sewer system. And we all got on a conference call, and they've agreed that for many years now, they've been running at too high of a rate. So we're not getting our money's worth out of them. We're spending $5,000 every 2 years. There's 4 of them to replace them. We've already replaced 3 of the 4. And so we're having a big meeting. Toric's coming. It's gonna cost us $1,500 for Toric's to come, so I needed to bring that up in the meeting and see if you guys are okay with that. We have to eat that cost to learn the computer system, because once Alma's gonna be there, Fayco's gonna be there, Toric's gonna be there, Ted's gonna be there, I'm gonna be there, Randy's even welcome to be there, but Randy already knows the computer system. And they're gonna come up with a better plan so that these things run every 15 minutes instead of every 3 minutes for a minute and a half. They said they're being overworked and it's not needed. So we have to pay him $1,500 to come and show us how to show Fayco, show Alma, and show us how to change this computer system so that we're getting better wear and tear out of our parts. But right now, I need for you guys to approve letting me get the part back. They've got it, they just can't send it back until we send them a PO.
When we send them in a motor, they give us a new one, can we get that one repaired and get it back?
This is just repairing it,
Okay, so
honestly.
in other words, they're not giving us another motor, they just repair it.
It's a brand new motor because the other one was bad, but I mean, there was,
There's no way fixing the bad.
no, there was some bearings that were bad that they
Okay.
replaced.
Ah.
They have to totally replace the motor. And then, of course, the labor fee is, ridiculous. But right now, it's just running with nothing. It's just running half open, and we go out there and we watch it closely, and if something happens, then they have to come back, which is another charge. Unfortunately, fortunately, Matt's been doing a great job, along with Ted, of keeping it under bay with the E. coli and the ultraviolet lights and all that stuff. So we haven't had to do anything extra. But I need for you guys to make a motion to pay this
I
bill.
make a motion to pay that bill.
I'll second the motion.
You're okay with it? Okay. So Jenny makes a motion to pay, Floyd and Gavin second, so it don't matter who you put, and then we'll get, we're all okay with it, including myself. I vote yes that we have to replace the part. And then I need a motion to be able to pay Toric the $1,500 for coming down to show us how to change the computer
I
system
make a motion to pay the $1,500 from now on.
to Toric. He's not even gonna show us, he's gonna show Alma, who are the ones that make the parts, and Fayco, who make the parts, how we can do it too, so that way, because there's no SOPs.
They can program
Yeah, so it can be programmed, and then it can be programmed by our people. We won't have to pay him that money. It was a setup to fail thing, so when Torek come down, they taught Randy how to use the computer system. Matt can't get into it, we can't get into it, we don't know how to get into it, only this man can do it, and he doesn't give you any SOPs, which operating procedures, because he charges you $1,500 to $2,000 to come down and teach you again and again and again and again. So it's a money-making thing. Well, once he teaches us, we're gonna videotape his teachings, and then Ted's gonna write up SOPs so we never have to pay the man to come again. I mean, I think it's nice for them, it just stinks for little towns like us when you have to pay them that much money.
How much
So,
is the part for that we're gonna?
well, it's the bill for the part itself is $2,963.20.
Oh, I got a copy
Yeah,
of this.
yeah.
Okay, that's
And
the
then for all of the, look at that, the seal kit and them coming to put it in, that's another $1,793.20.
bill. This is who we got the part from,
Yeah.
and then the other guy is from where, that's gonna?
Faco. Oh, the guy that's coming to do the computer system is from Toric, T-O-R-I-C, Toric.
Okay.
All right, and then we can still talk about, the guy left us a quote on being able to record our meetings, because we're gonna be required to do that by law. And he wants $11,910 to set that up. The equipment that she has right now that's doing a great job of recording us is only gonna cost us about maybe $3,000, and we can manually do it ourselves and upload them ourselves. So I think we're not gonna use this guy, and we're gonna go with something. We're gonna have some quotes by Ted, and then we'll know exactly what we need for our equipment that's not gonna be this kind of money. Let me see if there's anything else I told you about Mr. Boggs. And I think we'll vote on this the next time, is that okay? It's fine. And we got the okay for this, and the okay for the gentleman to come. And that's all I have. We need to
Well,
sign
this-
that resolution page.
This ain't sewage, but it's pretty important to me. Can I show everybody what I've got here and everything? 1985, Redkey went to the state tournament down at Tipton, Georgia. And we never lost a game in the state tournament. And when we got to Tipton, Georgia, we was playing against teams that had 3 uniforms, a doctor and school teachers, and been on a world tour. In one game, we only got 2 people on first base the whole game. But anyway, what I did, I got a great big picture of this, and I like to put it at the park. And then these pictures here, and I took individuals, I like to put them up downtown Redkey on their posters where our American flags is at. And then I'd like to paint the black flags red, white, and blue, and put stars on the bottom of the posters and everything. And if it's all right with the town board, they give me permission to do that, I'll do it.
I got something to say on
Go
that.
right ahead.
Remember my Aunt Beverly? And
Yep. I'm gonna bring that up too.
Yes, I was thinking that if we had something like
I've got a picture of her.
outside of town saying such and such, Beverly Haxel, lived in Redkey, was born and raised in Redkey, and she was on the League of Nations. She wasn't in the movie, but she was one of the real deals.
She
Yeah.
was, and I've got a picture of her sliding into second base.
Yes, I've got pictures.
And I'd like to get a big copy of that and put it up out here, thing here.
Yeah,
And if we can do something like, but now they put the state champions out there on the highways and stuff until they took it down. But what I wanna do the same thing that they're doing to soldiers in Portland, Fort Recovery.
but it's not
Done
just
for-
paper.
No, these are laminated and everything.
Okay,
But they'll come down for the winter, because they won't take the winter.
yeah, that's.
But all the black poles that's up there, I'm gonna paint them red, white, and blue, and put stars down on the bottom of the cap where you can have stars.
Mhm.
And I'll have somebody, we'll make up something, and then pictures will be hanging up there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
where is
what I
this at, Jenny? I'm confused as to what you're asking.
Okay, I just want permission, and the light poles up there is black.
The light poles up where? Uptown?
Thank you. Okay. You got your flags up. I wanna put these pictures here up,
I
individual.
don't think you
just
can
like
paint
on-
them red, white, and blue though.
I'm talking about the poles, it's black. Paint one red, put white stars on the bottom of it. Paint one white, put blue stars on it. Paint one blue, put white stars on the bottom. The base is the only one that's gonna be big enough to hold the stars. The
Where
top-
are you getting these stars? What kind of stars are they? What?
Well, I buy them. I got stars. I got red and white stars, and I got white stars, blue stars, red stars.
I think you need a picture of what you want.
Yeah, can you, like, can we
Okay.
meet uptown before? Can we meet uptown so that we can look at exactly what you're talking about so that we have a, cause I'm
Have you ever been to Portland?
Portland, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Have you seen the soldiers' pictures up there?
I have,
That's the same thing.
They're
Same
on
old
flags,
thing.
But-
not on plastic.
Okay.
they're on what?
They're on a flag, it's gonna withstand weather.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do what we're gonna do, just like they did. They got a picture, then they got things over here on them hanging down.
On
Some
the
of them's got flags, but we already got our flags up.
I'm saying that you wanna put those pictures on that pole somehow in a bracket. So it's
Yeah,
sticky.
yeah.
But I don't know if they'll withstand weather.
I'll get them down in the wintertime, because I've been in this about 20 years. They don't take the weather.
What about the rain though, the wind?
The rain
Huh?
and the direct sunlight will damage them too, Jimmy.
Kids damages them, I give them 15 copies of these. I got my own copy machine, laminate machine,
And they're made to
And then
withstand
who would be
I
responsible?
will. I'll pay the cost and everything. They cost me
Because I mean, I don't want them to start looking bad and no one take them down and we
They're
look
not looking
terrible.
bad. If they, I tell you what, if they look bad, I'll take them down.
And before we can paint those posts, I wanna walk uptown with you and see,
Now
okay?
listen,
Yeah, I'll show you what.
I was at Portland the other night for McDonald's down at nighttime. One pole's got red lights around it, the next pole's got white lights, the next pole's got blue lights. And it's all down.
That is really pretty and I do like that, but we don't have, this is the problem that Mark Level got into when he was bringing, the electrician in here. There's not enough power sources downtown for us to do that and it was gonna cost us quite a bit of money.
I don't plan on having electric lights around.
I know, I was
You
just
can't see
talking
them in the
really,
daytime, you ain't gonna see them.
right,
But I'll walk downtown with you and show you what I'm talking about.
alright, I would appreciate that before we vote on that.
But these pictures, what I see here,
That's
we're gonna
pretty.
have like brackets. I'll talk to the woman about the military pictures. And every town's got a little bit different. Some just got this way, that way, and some just got a wrap around and that's it.
See, there was a lady in here before who told us that, that made us a quote on putting pictures like
Yeah, I
the
know.
military pictures on flags for
$40
hanging up
apiece.
downstairs, or downtown.
Yeah, $40 a piece.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Well, these ain't gonna cost you nothing.
okay.
It ain't gonna cost you nothing to paint them poles. I can paint them.
Maybe if you get
And I put the
sponsorship,
stars there.
contact the families to see if they'd be willing to help.
Yes, that's a good idea. Did you hear that, Jimmy?
Contact what?
Or contact family members and see if they would be willing to put any money in on
I
getting
don't
the.
need no money.
No, I mean for getting real flags for our veterans. I'm talking for our veterans, so that we can be like Portland and Port Recovery and have the real flags of the veterans.
You're gonna have all kinds of military pictures right up on that building right there. Barbara doesn't give me permission to put them up there, and they're going up.
On what building?
That old building he's got up there,
Who are these pictures of?
this is the
That's the ball team.
1985 state champions softball team went to Tipton, Georgia. Individual pictures.
I wish we could get like a billboard or something that opens up at the city building or whatever, Jimmy, as people were coming in town, and that you could display stuff, something different every month in that, so that it didn't destroy them. It don't get them wet, it don't damage them.
That's why they're laminated, they won't get wet.
Okay. Well, let's go look at the post when we're done with this.
Okay, let's do
I appreciate that.
Do you need a motion, or you wanna carry this someplace else, or whatever you need to put these up?
I think we need to,
See them stars right there?
yes.
A bunch of them, I got all kinds of them.
I think we need to understand fully what we're talking about first and, make
Well,
sure.
I'm telling you what I'm talking about, putting them up just like the military's in Portland and Dunkirk. Same thing, except this would be the state champions in 1985.
Instead of military people, Is that what you're
Well,
saying, the
The
balls?
military's gonna be on that building, I've done stuck pictures on here. I got all kinds of pictures of military on here.
I love the idea of displaying that, okay? We just have to come up with an idea that the town is okay with and the council is okay with.
Well,
Yeah,
how do you
Huh?
know?
Do you need to create a mobile unit that he could take around for displays?
Maybe,
Utilize the pictures.
right.
Do what now?
How do you feel about it,
What's
Gal?
that?
I'm okay with what Jimmy wants to do. He talked to me about it before.
So, but I don't know about painting the posts. What are the posts made of? Are they metal?
They're metal. Do you want me to leave the posts black and then put
Maybe,
this up?
maybe, because then we would
Okay.
have to change them, for like the 4th of July and for like, Mark Levels,
You talking about?
something day, our Redkey days and all of that
Gas
stuff.
boom.
Gas boom days?
Gas boom days, yeah, so I think painting them is part of my issue.
Okay, then let's discuss this. You want me to get the brackets and stuff and put these pictures up and leave the poles alone?
I think we do need to leave the poles alone, yes.
Okay, I'm trying to get this done before the 4th of July.
Okay, well, and
And
then,
everything.
what do you think about it?
I give up.
You give up, you no, Gavin's okay with it. I don't really understand, I want to walk downtown before I vote with you, Jimmy.
That's what I'm talking about, I'm not understanding.
We wanna, when we leave here, can we walk uptown with you?
I walk up there every day getting my mail.
You know what I'm saying? Can we meet you up there so you can show us exactly what you're talking about?
I can tell you right now, these poles.
But I'm not getting it. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna put 2 pictures on that pole, up about 8 foot.
With
American
what?
flag's gonna be about it. I'm gonna have brackets on there, either the way they got them in Portland, or the way they got them in Dunkirk, or Fort McCutcheon. Then I'm gonna have them right up there, one on one side, one on the other side. You go down the next pole, you're gonna have one on one side, one on the other side.
Okay, now I'm understanding, but,
Okay.
and the brackets will do no damage to the poles,
No.
right? They'll stay there
no,
forever.
No, then you can take the brackets down,
Okay.
and you can take the pictures down. But I'd like to get them up before the 4th of
I don't
July.
mean to interrupt you guys, but it is 6 o'clock, you need to move your
Yeah,
special
yeah,
session.
we do.
Do what now, ma'am?
It's 6 o'clock, you need to move your special session, since
Yeah,
that was
we
the
do.
scheduled time for it to start.
We're gonna walk up there, Jimmy, okay? All right.
I ain't gonna walk, I'll drive my truck up.
You know what I mean. This meeting is adjourned, and, this meeting is adjourned, and we're
You
gonna
need a
start
motion.
with Ames.